The Central Election Commission Chair, Clement Zaguri, was taken into protection today by the Guard of the Republic and the State Police after a threat on his and his family's lives was made via Facebook. The President of the Republic declared from Tropoja today that no force in the world could put a divide between the Albanian American alliance as he honoured Congressman Elliot Engel for his contribution to relations between the two countries. Citizens are complaining about the lack of air conditioning on public buses across the capital, adding that despite 3 years having been passed, the 10-leg price increase has seen no improvement in the quality of services. It's 6 o'clock on Friday, the 5th of July, 2019. Good evening and thank you for tuning in to RTV Ora's English edition. My name is Alexandra, bringing you the only daily update of the local Albanian news translated into English. The Central Election Commission Chair, Clement Zaguri, was taken into protection today by the Guard of the Republic and the State Police after a threat he received via Facebook. It has been learned that the citizen E. Pietri has written to Zaguri via the social media platform, saying that he intends to kill Zaguri and his family. After that, the chair of the Central Election Commission made a denunciation, resulting in a reaction from the State Police and the Guard of the Republic. The camera noted that at the time of the arrival at the Central Election Commission today, Zaguri was accompanied by a bodyguard. Sources say that members of his family were also taken into protection. Clement Zaguri is the only representative of the opposition in the Central Election Commission. During yesterday's meeting, he demanded the opening of the June 30 ballot boxes in order to verify suspicions raised of fictitious votes being added to ballot boxes in order to artificially increase participation in the elections. The President of the Republic has replied to allegations of a discord in relations with the United States. During the ceremony in Tropoja in honour of Congressman Elliot Engel, the head of state, Ilir Meta, had a message to all those who seek to put kinks in Albanian American relations. Meanwhile, Congressman Engel was awarded the title Honorary Citizen of Tropoja for his historic contribution to the Albanian American friendship. Furthermore, the Jakova-Chafmarin-Tropoja Road was renamed Congressman Elliot Engel Road. On the way to Tropoja, President Ilir Meta paid a visit to Spach prison to show everyone that he is not afraid of the special anti-corruption prosecution or justice reform. On the other hand, Meta again pointed the finger at Edi Rama and the internationals over what he has dubbed Ramaform. 14 new and expensive medications have been added to the list of reimbursable medicines for 2019. In the list, more medications used to treat malignant blood or hepatitis C problems have been included, which have always been a problem due to their particularly high prices. Health Minister Ogerta Manastirliu stated that with the entry into force of the new list of reimbursable medicines, the categories of beneficiaries have also been expanded. Manastirliu said that for the first time in the history of this list, the medicines come with special agreements, reducing the price of medication through negotiation processes with the largest multinational pharmaceutical companies. Minister Manastirliu assessed that the funds required for the list of reimbursable medicines will be raised by $30 million. The new list provides over 1,150 medications for free, with approximately 499,000 citizens benefiting from this initiative. If you are one of the thousands of people in Tirana who, like me, rely on public transport, then you know just how exhausting even a short urban bus trip can be during these hot summer days. Problems start with long waits on some lines and coaches with citizens crammed like sardines, but the biggest concern as the mercury rises is the poor functioning of air conditioners on public buses. Many citizens resort to opening windows in order to save themselves from the suffocating air that has been brought about by the high temperatures. A lack of schedules is also a big concern. However, the Consumer Protection Agency has taken these concerns on board and are conducting transport inspections as a result. Transport specialist Esref Agaliu says that in June alone, over 130 fines have been issued. Given the countless problems, citizens say the service offered has not justified the rise in price. The price of a public transport ticket increased by 10 lek at the beginning of 2016, and at that time, the municipality accepted the private operator's promise to offer a quality service. However, even after 3 years, many of the citizens' concerns remain unaddressed. Albanians have no financial opportunity to go on vacation. Eurostat data shows that 81% of Albanian citizens declare that they have no income to even afford a week away from home. If we compare this data with the countries of the region, it can be ascertained that Albania has the highest number of citizens with insufficient funds to enjoy a vacation. In Montenegro, 66% of citizens are unable to afford holidays, 65% in North Macedonia, and 60% in Serbia. The citizens themselves complain that the income they receive is very limited, and yet the prices are very expensive. They have found that the only option is to relax for just a few days in cheaper places than the south of Albania, which for many citizens has become an unaffordable destination. According to Instat data, Albanian families use 44% of their income just on food purchases, an indication of the truth behind the difficulties of daily living in our country. After citizen denunciations of disturbing noise and late-night music from some of the city's nightlife venues, the state police demand that, during the summer season, noise restriction timetables are appropriately observed in order to not disturb citizens and vacationers. This request was made by the director of the Public Security Department at the State Police, Jovalin Loka. He explained that noise restrictions are in place from 11 p.m. during the weekdays and midnight at the weekends. Based on complaints received by the State Police during June 2019 regarding music played at a high volume from a variety of different venues, not only in coastal zones but also in urban areas, the State Police calls on all subjects who operate discos, nightclubs, bars or live music venues to strictly respect the time constraints. This is to avoid acoustic pollution in the environment. The restrictions on noises take effect from 11 p.m. on weekdays and midnight at the weekends, as defined in the legal acts, outlined Jovalin Loka. The senior police chief also warned that the police will be conducting regular checks and will punish any subject that allows noise beyond the defined constraints. The state police will constantly be exercising checks in relation to this issue and will take immediate action in view of the concerns raised by citizens and vacationers in coastal and urban areas. We will punish any subject that generates noise beyond norms allowed according to the legal acts in force, added Loka. In order to provide a safe and quiet environment in both tourist areas and residential areas, the State Police also announced that it has compiled and is implementing a detailed plan of measures with tasks according to respective structures. This will be in accordance with the institutional obligations defined in both the legal and sub-legal acts related to the summer tourist season for 2019. Albania has no future in the European Union if it does not provide a functioning legal state and imprison incriminated officials. These comments were made by the International Organization for Migration chief, Genoveva Calavera, at the Summit of Western Balkan Leaders in Poznan, Poland. This means that in this process, which I believe is on the right track, we will have an independent judiciary and Albania will be in a fantastic position to make up the time it has lost so far. This time, when we negotiate membership, we seek a historical indication. This means we want to see the laws enforced. We want to see people in jail, crime assets seized, and we want to have enough evidence, not just laws, to demonstrate that the system is consolidated. I can only hope that in Albania, when the system is shaken, all politicians understand the value of respecting and supporting this reform, Calavera said during her speech. Even though there are claims that the justice reform is not progressing properly, the European official said this is due to politics. I am very happy that, because of the Albanian people, and not because of the politicians, but because of the citizens, this dramatic change has begun in Albania, she continued. Speaking yesterday, the Enlargement Commissioner Johannes Hahn appealed to the Balkan leaders to strengthen democratic institutions and neighbourly relations and to cooperate more closely with the European family. He recalled the stance in favour of opening negotiations with Albania and North Macedonia in October. Some legal changes in the draft law on the protection of health by tobacco products have been opposed by interest groups. In discussions at the Health Commission, the stakeholders expressed the concern that a good part of tobacco products are sold in an uncontrolled manner. Their proposal is that new cigarettes, such as hookahs or electronic cigarettes, should be allowed in special environments. This proposal was overthrown by the Ministry of Health with the argument that electronic cigarettes are just as damning to health as traditional smoking methods. The argument from the Ministry of Health was also supported by representatives of the World Health Organization. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join us again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of RTV Ora, thank you and good night.